Hey people, Ksilisab here. I was wondering if Modus Setup is worth using, so I pooped out this video and I borrowed a couple crit shoddy ribbons so I can show you whether or not it's useful or yes. That was a very good sentence. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching my shit and subscribing and all of that. I really appreciate it when you do that. Let's start. What is what? But Ksilisab, what is Modus Setup? Well, you silly little goose, Modus Setup is a mod that you have to suck on for it to do what you want it to do. So yeah, conditional mod, you have to do what it says for it to reciprocate with the things that you want it to do. So you double jump or bullet jump, and when you land, you get 4 seconds of 100% crit and status chance, and it's not additive. All right, I'm not gonna get 111. I'm gonna get 22 crit chance if I, do the condition, which is jumping through hoops. All right, suck on it. Suck on it, and it's going to give you a little bit of crit and status. So, I got a Sobek, and the ribbon itself does not achieve full status. All right, no status here. But to achieve full status, I add 3 dual stats and Modus Setup, and that's how I do it. So since I have crit damage, the extra crit that I get is sort of slightly useful for the particular ribbon for this particular setup. So we get a pretty good result. So this is a normal non-Modus Setup build for Sobek, and I'm going to show you how that does against Corrupted Heavy Gunners and Bombards. Alright, check it out. It's going to be 3-shot and 4-shot kills. Sometimes, depending on my lottery with the status procs. So mostly 3 shots. These guys take a little more. Wow, that's bad luck. That does not usually happen. But watch this. We can get 4 shots, sometimes even maybe 3 shots, but this is for me a satisfying build. All right, I'm happy with this build. How it performs. What can I smack this guy to? Can I do that? Can I kill him with this? Probably not. That's not enough damage. Alright, fuck off. But yeah, if you get Modus Setup, the Modus Setup build, this Sobek can actually perform much better than this build. I can probably make this one even better, but haven't put too many brain cells into how to do that or why to do that, so I haven't done it. But yeah, here you go. The Modus Setup build, alright, you jump through hoops for it, and you get a lot more performance out of your gun. Alright, 2 shots for everybody. Sometimes 3 shots depending on your shitty luck. But full status works well, especially when you have negative impact. For a shoddy, a low pellet count shoddy like Sobek, you'll need all the status you can get. So that seems like around 15 pellets if I'm approximating the number. I'm not sure how many pellets there are, but I would venture to guess that there's around 15. So yeah, that's one setup you can have for Modus Setup. Wow, what a sentence. I regret saying that immediately. Sorry for cursing your ears with such a sound. Alright, we're gonna make a normal build for a Strun Wraith. Look, this is dual crit negative impact. Very decent ribbon. You don't need much to power a Strun, alright, because it's very high crit, very high status. All you gotta do, in my opinion, is remove impact on it, and the rest can be damage multi-toxin, damage multi-crit chance. That's the best combo. Remember, negative impact, important. And yeah, crits are also good for Strun, alright? You need a little bit of crits to complement the armor strip, alright? So, yeah. What are we gonna do for this? Let me see. Let me think about it. Just let me flex my brain cells a little bit. Alright, I'm going to add Vigilante Armaments. Going to test this build without Modus Setup, and then a build with Modus Setup that is only 1 dual stat and Modus Setup. And believe it or not, that's enough to make this thing full status. Because 100% on top of 40%, that's 80%. And, we're 100% over 40%, plus 40%, that's 80%. And 60%, that is over 20%, so full status. So there you go. That's how you calculate that. That's how you turn the brain gear. That's how you crank the brain gears to do such a thing. You gotta activate the elements to make that expert calculations. But I'm here to do it for you, so you don't have to hurt your brain or anything. So yeah, we made this thing good, and let's test it out. All right. Let's see. If we can get a one-shot kill, that'd be pretty nice. Alright, nah. Alright, maybe this guy. Nope. What about this guy? Almost, but no cigar. Oh, there we go, one shot. There, that's what I wanted. So yeah, this is a decent build for Strun Wraith. They're supposed to work like this. They're supposed to have high damage against armored targets. They're supposed to perform nicely, and that's what they do. But check this out. I go to the Modus Setup build. I blow on the Riven a little bit, give it a little suck, and it's gonna give me good performance in return. Watch, observe, bang. What? Oh, this is a gas build. I'm a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. What a brain-dead troglodyte caveman. Primordial beast. Alright, fuck this. Bang, and a little toxin dual stat. Where is it? Toxic Baragi. That's not Barrage, that's Baragi, dude. Get it right. Alright, watch this. One suck on the Riven, the setup mod, and bang, it's gonna one shot. Yes, it is. Hell yeah. But, as you can see, it's much more consistent in the one-shot power when you have the Modus Setup active, of course, which I didn't have at that one particular occasion where that Bombard survived and had not many status procs applied to him. Alright. So, my dude, I don't know, that's another case where Modus Setup is going to give you more bang for your buck, but here's the deal. I'm completely satisfied with config B, and I don't have to suck on the mod to make it work, alright? It's not conditional. So when I don't have this active, I don't have full status, and my crits are kind of stanking. So it only works well when I'm double jumping and bullet jumping everywhere. And when I do move in a mission, when I'm moving fast like this, I'm probably not going to make an effort to shoot enemies. When I'm actually shooting enemies, I'm kind of stationary, peeking behind cover because I'm a Vauban main. Alright, I can't take that many shots. I gotta hide. I gotta fucking wait for people to vortex in, and I do this yoink, yoink, yoink. You know, fucking spatial awareness, epic expert XD moves. But when I'm moving, that's when this thing can put out damage. But when I'm trying to run away from something, I'm not trying to shoot it. So Modus Setup, it's a niche type of thing, niche use. Don't get me wrong, it's 100% crit and 100% status is very good. It's like a Riven mod of its own, but it's like, it's a trade-off, man, because you gotta give it a little suck for it to work, and that kind of bothers me. So I don't think I would ever use Modus Setup in a build that I'm comfortable with, because I typically trade off a lot of damage for convenience. I have a fire rate, reload speed, plasmor. You know, I don't go full damage on it. I got acid shell Sobek usually, so it's convenient for infested missions. We shoot one ancient and 15 grunts die next to him and stuff like that. So yeah, Modus Setup, more damage for much less convenience. And convenience is a big thing in Warframe. All right, you're trying to kill things with the least amount of effort possible, with the most amount of fun possible. Some people, you know, think less easy is more fun. You know, I respect that. You know, it's all a matter of what you're trying to do. But I don't know why anybody would like this conditional mod, because you'd have to constantly double jump for it to perform. And if this was like 8 seconds, then I would absolutely use it. But it's 4 seconds, and fuck that, alright? Fuck that bullshit. I'm totally not into that. One thing is, Boar Prime works pretty well with Modus Setup, because it's a crit heavy and status heavy thing that you can remove impact on. I don't think I have a stinky build right here. I'm gonna give this a shot. I got Seeking Fury on it because punch through is a must-have on something like a Boar Prime. But watch, my dude. I got status here. I got status here. I got status in Modus Setup. I got Blunderbuss. I got crit damage in the thing. You know, crit heavy already. And I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna let you see it. All right, but the thing with the Boar Prime is you can dump an entire mag in about 4 seconds. So if you got fire rate, of course, but when you don't, it's like a little more than 4 seconds, but still you get the point. For weapons that you're supposed to dump out an entire mag and go away, I think Modus Setup is kind of worth it, because you're just discharging your burst damage immediately and then fucking off somewhere else and reloading. So yeah, maybe that is the only niche use for fucking this thing. But man, is it embarrassing to show this ribbon. But, you know, it'd be like that sometime. So yeah, Boar Prime, worth it. For Modus Setup, worth it. Exurgis, not really. Comb, you know, you can put crit on Comb, it kind of works. Have negative slash. Alright, let's not talk about that. It's too controversial. Negative slash is negative damage, guys. Sobek, Strun, Wraith, those are good for Modus Setup. You can get more damage. Tiger's Prime, I don't know. Fucking sure, whatever. Vapor Heck, if you get a status ribbon, it's really hard to make this thing go full status, but you can do it with Modus Setup. 3 dual stats and more status in the ribbon itself. I don't have that, so I can't show you. But trust me, I don't know why you would why you would make a Vapor Heck with a you know, full status, because it's supposed to be like a crit shotty. I don't fucking know, man. But yeah, this thing gives you the proc, and I like that. That's decent. Always like more stuff happening, more damage happening. But yeah, that's it. I don't know what I'm blabbering on about. Am I gonna use Modus Setup? No. Do I recognize it as useful in some instances? Yes. Right. Bye. Bye. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Oh, also, lifting channel, bully me. Still bully me for it. Okay, I want you to bully me. I need bullying. I need encouragement to do it. I've been especially productive in these past couple days because of the bullying. Keep it going.